We were talking about the government not caring. They are trying to tackle this cost of living strategy with this energy security, cost of living crisis with this energy security strategy. Daily Mirror covering this, page 12, Liz, talking about this plan to go offshore with these wind farms. What are they saying?
Yeah, we're going to stop. We had a guest earlier. We're going to reverse our policy on shale. We're going to have new nuclear plants in 2050.
Yeah.
That's 28 years. What we're going to do till then? Burn twigs from the woods, gather twigs on our backs. We're going to have wind farms on land, but that's not popular. You know, people don't necessarily want that. Although I think some of them are majestic, and others are an intrusion. We are an island, so we've got the opportunities for offshore wind farms, tidal. Why have we not got the Severn Estuary tidal project in place yet? It's all reactive. Nobody's looked ahead to our energy needs. It's all been, you know, let's stop burning fossil fuels, but we haven't really provided ourselves with any alternatives. Scotland's introduced hydroelectric power, but we're not ready. We'll have to just go back. The plain truth is, unless we all start burning our furniture and wearing 10 layers in the house, we're going to have to go back to coal, we're going to have to go back to oil, and we're going to have to go back to North Sea gas as well, because we're just not energy secure. But like you say, they're not honest, are they? They're not being honest.
And, you know, the idea, the foreign secretaries in Brussels today saying, hey, why are we all dependent on Russian oil and gas?
Yeah.
Well, I suspect it's because of government policy, really.
Right.
That's why they're dependent on. And they try and pretend, well, we are leading the way, we're going to turn off the taps here and whatever. As you exactly say, what are we going to do, burn twigs?
Well, it's like I said before, it's like if you go out for a meal and you're like, oh, I look after my body, I'm just going to have plant-based food tonight, and then somebody, your friend orders a burger and chips and you're leaning over and helping yourself, because if it's on somebody else's plate, it's not your fault. It's the same with energy. We'll close down our North Sea oil platforms and we'll ship in gas from Norway, and as long as we're not actually harvesting carbon and fossil fuels, well, we can say we're green.
Yeah, but we can take it in from Venezuela.
Exactly. We can go to all the bad boys of the world and we can buy it off them, and that's okay, because somebody said the other day, if this isn't sorted out, the main problem is going to be social unrest, because if people find that they've lost their job because their factory hasn't got the gas or the coal or whatever to forge steel and make cars, they're going to find themselves sitting at home with no job, no income, cold, hungry, because there are already shortages. I tried buying some sunflower oil the other day, but of course there's now a panic and the shelves are absolutely empty. There's already petrol because of these protesters, which isn't making the news, bit weird. The people protesting at oil refineries around the country. I drove up yesterday, my local garage, I don't have diesel, but it was out of diesel. I had to queue for unleaded.
Sorry, I'm not aware of this. I'm not aware of this.
OK, right, so I put this out on Twitter. So I was coming up here, I tried to go get petrol. I had to queue for unleaded. Like, what the hell's going on? So the guy says, oh, we've completely run out of diesel. I thought, this bit bad. I'd forgotten that the day before I'd been to my local Tesco for shopping and seen that their petrol station was closed down. I thought they must have a technical problem. Driving up the motorway last night, big electronic signs, no diesel, no HGV fuel, so-and-so motorway services.
Why?
So I sat here in bed last night and I put out, why have I seen this? And people all over the country were texting me, tweeting me and saying, it's the same where we are, Liz. There's no diesel. I couldn't get unleaded yesterday.
Why?
Because these protesters chaining themselves to railings and lorries at automotive fuel refineries around the country. And people were saying to me on Twitter, why isn't this being reported?